Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Call of Duty Championships presented by Xbox. Golden Boy and Rail here, bringing you all the action with the boys in Vexx Revenge going up against Complexity. Now, Complexity up in the series 2-0 right now as we go into Warhawk Blitz.
Yeah, and we were just discussing there, I mean, Complexity have been so strong in the objective game mode of domination. Search and Destroy was a little closer, but I think Complexity are just going to storm over Vexx Revenge here. They've been very strong so far.
Yeah, it's hard to argue against the Blitz game of Complexity. You're talking about, if you talk, for instance, you say, oh, Karma can slay, but wait a minute, TP can slay, and Vexx can slay. Oh, wait. Yep. And Crim can slay as well. So honestly, it's a really scary situation to go up against Cole in a respawn game type because they're just going to have their way. But on the other side, though, I'm looking at Slumber and Demon to go huge. If they could step it up and shut down at least one or two of the players of Complexity, we'll have a match on our hands. I
think Slumber's going to be a key player here for Vexx Revenge, so we will be keeping an eye on him throughout this. One thing I would say, though, about the actual captures for Blitz in the regionals, US regionals, to qualify for this tournament, Vexx was the 4th best player at capturing. He averaged a 4.63 capture per Blitz map. We're going to get straight into the game, though, guys, and see what is going on with Karma.
All right. Of course, kicking it off with Karma is always a safe bet because you know you're going to get a show. So Karma, he's going to be pushing up alongside TP here on the right side, trying to see if they can plug this lane. That's the thing about Blitz. It's all about just stopping the lanes as best as you possibly can and just continuing to advance little by little. And already, though, Vexx Revenge able to pick up a goal there as that was going to be a cap from Demon. And I told you, Demon, you got to look out for him. He is incredible.
Yep, got to be careful, but he does get shut down there. So we generally see Warhawk Blitz not too many captures when you compare it to the other Blitz maps, but as you say already, Federation team, Vexx Revenge, they do have that lead.
You know, and it's funny you mentioned that, Rel, because you're saying you're not going to see that many caps. I think that works out in the favor of Vexx Revenge, because if you remember, I'm trying to remember the event. I believe it was MLG Columbus. Complexity played a Blitz Freight game where I think they won by like 30 points.
Okay.
And it was just ridiculous, right? And you have to think Freight Blitz. If that was coming up, I definitely would have thrown my vote over on Complexity. But when you look at this one, Vexx Revenge could very well take this one. If I'm correct, didn't they win this game type against the other team?
I think Orbit took this one. It was a really narrow win, but it was like 12-10, I believe. So, you know, they were quite...
Yeah, it was 12-10, and Orbit ended up winning that one. So it was a narrow victory.
But as you say, I mean, the Vexx Revenge are very good on this map. Some big play there from Crim, but he is going to get shut down. 2-0 now to Vexx Revenge.
They're creeping up, and that's, I mean, you know, you could be surprised by it, but I honestly, it doesn't surprise me. Having seen what these guys could do, they definitely can participate at the upper echelon of competitive Call of Duty. Now, looking forward, though, TP, he's going to get taken out. Vexx on the other side, he's going to be working the water tower side, and Crimsix is going to get a clear goal. That's going to make it 2-1, 1-point lead for Vexx Revenge. But still, you have to think Complexity playing against the lead here is quite surprising.
Yeah, let me just talk about Crimsix for a second here. I mean, going back to those US regionals where Complexity actually qualified at 2nd place for this tournament, we had Crimsix, the 3rd best player for kill-death ratio, 1.21, and the 4th best player for average kills, almost getting a cut there. 4th best player for average kills at 26.9. A ridiculously good Slayer, and one to watch for Complexity.
It seems like something that Vexx Revenge is doing really well here, and what's nullifying that slaying power to a bit with Complexity is they're playing the sneaky game.
Yeah.
You know, they're playing the sneaky game. They managed to go in there, get a cap again. It's not any, you know, like pomp or whatever when they're going there for a goal and guns blazing. No, they're getting in there, sneaking in, and Cole is consistently asking themselves, how is this happening? How are they getting inside of our base? With that said, let's go ahead and jump over to the boys in Vexx Revenge, as it will be 4-2, 2-point lead in favor of Revenge. Looking over there, right by the docks. Demon, though, not able to close on that shot. And we mentioned it before, key players to watch in this game, Rel, were Slumber and Demon. Demon leading his team in blitz caps, Slumber leading in kills with 9 and 6. I think it just speaks volumes for these two players' potential.
Yeah, we're seeing this time and time again now, but they are playing great. A 4-2 lead here is something that, I'll be honest, I was not expecting at all. I thought Complexity would be dominating at this point, but I love the way that Vexx Revenge are actually playing. I mean, communication is key on this map. All 3 lanes need to be defended, and Complexity obviously aren't doing this.
That's right, and there is a great stop there from Slumber on Teep. Teep just had no idea that he was going to meet him there. And you look at the movement here. You have Illskill pushing the left side, and then you have Mech making waves right through the middle. Illskill, we're going to go ahead and jump on board with him. as he makes his way through houses, finding one. There's going to be one player in the back there. Not going to make any much of a difference for him, but for Mech, it's going to mean the world if he's able to get at least 1 or 2 kills. Finding one, going for the second, gets stopped.
Yeah, I thought Mech was gonna shut that out then, but unfortunately for him, it was not to be. Watching Slumber though now, we've discussed him at length, his great slaying power. But I mean, we've got to say this, Slumber, he doesn't particularly play objective. We can see he's not got any captures. He does do more of the supportive work.
Big stop there out of Mech, and good point that you bring up there. But that kind of just serves him well. You know, I think for Slumber, his job mainly, watch that right side, watch the American side, stop anyone who comes through. I'm okay with that. Yeah. If he doesn't decide to push up and get aggressive and make caps happen, the only time where I would be really bothered by it is if he straight up just like ignores pushing forward. But it seems like Complexity is going to be able to get a cap here. That will be Crimsix. He gets the cap, making it 4-3. This is that time that they need to be able to make a cap happen. 8 seconds remaining. Illskill's going to be on the move, finding one to the side. They have 5 seconds left. Slumber's alone, and that's going to be a stop. Complexity makes this a 1-point game after a very intense first half.
Yeah, Vexx Revenge there going for a late capture, unable to do it, but they do go into the second side with that lead, as you say. And that's going to be really crucial for them, because whilst I don't think this will happen, they do have the option to be a little bit more defensive.
That's true. That's true. They do have, and let's see how the gameplay is going to change from each side too. Remember, like you could see Complexity just get so aggressive on this lane, especially given them that they're going to have that opportunity to push the house side, right, the fence side. They're going to be able to push that area very well. So look for the breakout here. Let's see what's going to happen. But Slumber automatically just coming out. He's an automatic weapon. He just gets a kill. It's like clockwork for him. But Slumber again, and you know what Slumber reminds me of? He reminds me of Mochilla a little bit. Great Slayer, right? Just seems to just be very confident in his shot. I love watching him play.
Yeah, they just kind of let him loose and let him do his thing, and he does it oh so well. Well, here we go. We see the first capture of this side once again going into Vexx Revenge's favor. Great start for them.
Yeah, it's similar to basketball, right? When you have that team that's going to come out of the half and they get that first basket, that's going to like change the pace because it shows like they have control of the situation. And that's what Vexx Revenge did here. They have control of the situation. They know what needs to be done here. Now there are going to be 3 members of Complexity actually pushing up. So let's see if Demon and Slumber are going to be able to make something happen here. Getting this pick is going to be so critical, but now it's going to be left up to Demon as him and Mech are going to be working together here to see if they can make a stop. One player pushing up, not going to happen. There's going to be another one there as well. Slumber, knowing that there's someone else hanging out around the not going to happen. Mech gets stopped too, and this is what you see from Complexity. This is when it gets really scary. Aches, you can't have him get that goal. Got to continue to establish that lead. Illskill by himself, teammate there for the pickup. Great move there from Vexx Revenge, able to answer back because that could have got scary real fast.
Oh yeah, Complexity were just all over them there, but due to the way the spawns work on this map, you do spawn relatively close to your home base to defend it. Vexx Revenge played that defense perfectly.
Yeah, but now look at this, 3 members of Complexity on the move. Seems like a goal is going to come through. Illskill's going to be too far as Complexity have managed to tie this one up, and the lead has been firmly in the favor of Vexx Revenge for, I would say, for most of this game, actually for all of this game. It's the first time we're starting to see Complexity make waves and get that tie.
Well, this is it. I mean, Vexx Revenge have just been pushed so far back into the home spawn. I don't think they're doing this through choice, but they've been forced to defend so far. We are seeing the tie now, and we are seeing them breach out a little bit, but I don't know if this is going to be enough.
Yeah, you're right. And now Complexity have managed to get the lead for the first time in this game. And this is where, if you're Vexx Revenge, you got to keep your composure. You have to just relax. Don't get too caught up on the fact that they caught up. Just get back into it. Think of it as a 1-point game. All right, they got a point lead over me. Don't think I got to get 2. Think I have to get 1. I have to tie this.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing, because if they start overextending themselves now and all pushing out and break their formation, then it's just going to open up more captures for Complexity.
That's going to be another goal for Complexity there, and Slumber is going to get taken out now. And you can see, try to go objective, right? He went objective, didn't really work out too well for him. They need Slumber to just hang out in the back, play a little bit more defensive, use that AR to full effect there, cut those lanes. Slumber, though, getting a double kill as soon as he respawns, which is not a surprise there. Illskill, though, finding one on the left. Great read. So he's able to take him out on the left side. Now, let's see what Slumber and Crew are going to do. Look how they're pushing up, so much different from what they were playing before. They were opting for a little bit more of a turtle approach last time, hanging out on the base, playing a little bit more defensive. Now Slumber's pushing up with the Crew.
Yeah, and this is, of course, Complexity, the second seed for this tournament, one of the 8 American teams here going up against the Canadian team of Vexx Revenge, 18th seed and 1 of 2. And Vexx Revenge starting to struggle towards the later stages of this blitz.
That's right. Mech is going to find 2 players inside of bottom Geno's now. He's going to have to drop back. Oh, and he is going to get picked off there, right, bottom Gino. And looking at Slumber, back again, as Complexity manages to get control of the map. I don't like this. He moved out. This is going to be another cap here for Complexity. Easy points as they're able to make this one 8-5, 3-point lead for Cole.
Yeah, the room is in now. It's very tough to defend the home flag from there, so he is going to have to switch back, but that lead has extended, as you say, and with 3 blitz captures behind, this is a real uphill struggle now for Vexx Revenge.
Yeah, but they have time. They have time to do it. They just, I mean, everything needs to be clicking, and they've managed to get that going before, especially in their last matchup against Orbit. We saw them just get back into it, you know, fight right back into any match that they were competing in. But this could potentially be curtains for them if they're not careful. 45 seconds left on the clock, 3-point lead for Complexity.
There we go. Well, let's see what No Skill can do. Does take down one, advancing through the middle map, tries to get the second, but gets shut down.
Yeah, Mech, knowing that someone's going to be in the middle, opting to push out in that direction. He will have help on the left, so now he knows, I got to get back here and try and see if I can stop the cap, and his teammate is going to be there for the pickup, and we saw a team kill there from Karma with 22 seconds left on the left on the clock. If they were able to cap right now, that could have been an opportunity for them to get back into this game. They are going to cap 1 any second now. It seems like for some odd reason they didn't go for that cap, making it 8-6. 8 seconds on the clock, and this is pretty much going to be a 3-0 sweep for Complexity.
Yeah, so Complexity really did get back into this game. Vexx Revenge, initially, I'd say for the first 3 quarters of this, they were beating Complexity, but Complexity brought that right back to win 8-6 following a 6-4 victory on Search and Destroy and an outstanding 109-point victory on the first domination to close this best of 5 out 3-0.
Yeah, that's a more incredible part there because of the way that they approached that game. They took it to Vexx Revenge as if this was the championship matchup.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I respect Complexity. But look at the stats there. Slumber 27-17, had a great run defensively, but toward the end there, he couldn't get it. He couldn't find where he wanted to look, and that ended up causing him quite a few points. But it wasn't entirely Slumber's fault. It wasn't really anyone's fault when you think about it. It was just more or less Complexity just asserting their dominance, getting in there, getting those points. That's why they're one of the best teams in the world.
Absolutely, and I'm expecting them to go a lot further. I believe they are now on 2-0 in their group. We see Vexx Revenge on 1-1, though, and still potentially could qualify.
That's right. Now, of course, moving in to the rest of the matches today, we have plenty of action to come here on the Bravo stage. I believe this is the first 3-0 sweep that we've had here on Bravo. We've had some pretty incredible games here. The Revenge Orbit and Immunity Envy. It's been a great time here at the Call of Duty Championships presented by Xbox. We'll see you guys in just a bit. Don't go anywhere and enjoy the rest of the matches. There's plenty to be had here in LA, and we'll see you after this.